All right, we are going to go ahead and get started. My name is Dr. Beth, and we are going to be doing a standing chair yoga class today. A little bit of flow, which will be different than the last one I posted. For me, I'll be using a chair. You can use the wall, you can use whatever furniture at home you have. I'll also be showing some blocks. These are optional. If you don't have blocks, you could use a sturdy pillow or a book or something like that. Just use whatever you have around your house to make the poses as comfortable for you as possible. Take breaks when you need it, modify when you need it. We're gonna go ahead and start in a standing position. If you can, you'll bring your big toes to touch. If that makes you feel uneasy, then parallel your feet. Stand up nice and tall, draw the belly in, release your glutes, close your eyes. Take the tongue off the roof of your mouth, and let's start with just a few gentle shoulder rolls. Up, down, and back. And then reverse it. And then after your next one, just start to settle in the stillness. Standing up nice and tall, turn the palms to the front of the room. Extend through the fingertips. Close your eyes. Unless that makes you feel uneasy, then open them just a sliver and gently gaze through your eyelashes. Draw your attention to your breath. In and out through the nose. So slow, deep, rich, full breath. We're taking this moment right here to quiet our minds, to draw the attention to the breath, prepare us for our practice. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Press the palm, maybe lift the heart a little. Exhale the hands back down. Let's do one more like that. Inhale them up. Exhale them down. If you're not facing your chair, gently turn the face of the chair. Have a little bit of space between you and the chair. Inhale them up. As you exhale, bend the knees and fold forward. You can bring your hands to the chair. You can bring your hands to the floor. Bend the knees. Relax the head, the shoulders. Again, the hands can stay here. Gently separate your feet a little bit, making them nice and wide. Kind of heel-toeing them out to the edge of the mat. So again, you can keep your hands on the chair. You can let your hands hang towards the floor. Touching the floor is not required. You can grab opposite elbows. You can move your hips side to side. I want you to listen to your body here. Maybe twist through the shoulders, trying to relax through the upper back. Gently bring your feet back in, either big toes to touch or separated, hips parallel to each other. Bend the knees. We're in our forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Come up halfway. Shoulders over the wrist, flatten the back, crown of the head forward. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale, rise the whole way up. You can sweep your arms up if you want to. If that makes you feel uneasy, leave them at your side. Maybe a little back bend, and then exhale, we'll fold again. Reaching for the chair as you need or letting it go. Inhale, half lift. Flatten the back. Exhale, fold. Let's do it one more time. Bend the knees, inhale, rise, arms sweep up. Work on that balance, maybe a little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees as you need when we're doing this. We're listening to our bodies. Inhale, half lift. We're gonna stay right here. Separate the feet about hips width distance. Slight bend in the knees now. Back is flat. You can be on your forearms. You can put the blocks underneath you and be on the blocks. Whatever works for you, all right? Moving into cow and cat. So on an inhale, the belly drops, the heart lifts, the gaze goes up, cow pose. Exhale, round the back. Tuck the chin in, pull the belly button to the spine for cat. Again, inhale, belly drops, heart lift, gaze up, cow pose. Exhale, round for cat. Now I want you to move as you breathe. Slowly move between inhales and exhales, between cow and cat. Maybe exaggerate the movement to really get a nice big stretch through the spine, the hips. If you're at home, you might be using the wall. It may look a little different, no big deal. We're just moving the spine, we're just listening to the body. One more time in each direction. Making your way back to that half lift position. Crown of the head is forward. We'll take a step back. Feet are wide. We're coming into down dog. So if you need to step back further, you can, or you can let your arms reach closer to the edge of the chair. Arms are as straight as you can get, but not locked. Palms are flat, fingers are forward. Draw the shoulders back. Draw the belly in, bend the knees. Let that head hang. This is our downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths here. Maybe you want to take a little twist. That right hand, you can drop the right hand and reach for the left leg. And maybe pull your chest over. And then we can switch sides. Right hand up, left hand drops, reaches for the outside of the right leg, and we twist to the right. Coming back to our downward facing dog position. Inhale and lift the shoulders. Now we're coming into up dog. You have some choices here. You can just let the shoulders over the wrists and the heels down. You can come up onto the ball of the feet and press the hips forward and gaze up. You can also be on your forearms, doing this with the knees bent a little probably. We're moving through up dog and down dog. Take an inhale. Exhale, press the hips back, extend through the arms for downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the chest. Maybe the heels, maybe the hips come forward. This can be really intense on the wrist, so listen to your body. Up dog. Exhale, hips shift back. Crown of the head drops. Down dog. Moving through up dog and down dog as you breathe. I'm going to come to my forearms here and just the next side here so you can see it. So you're moving with your breath. Dropping the knees a little, lift that heart. Find what works for your body, just moving through the body. One more time in each direction. Lift the chest, step the feet closer to the chair. We're coming into our half lift position. The feet are about hips width distance apart. Shoulders over the wrists. So again, you can be on those forearms with or without blocks. Just make sure you're not dumping into your shoulders. If you feel yourself pressing too much into the shoulders, I want you to lift through the crown of the head. The right leg will extend out behind you. Find that balance on the left leg, slight bend in the knees. Toes can stay on the mat between each of these movements. Take an inhale. Exhale, round the back. Bring the right knee in as you bring the nose to the knee. And then inhale, extend the leg out. Again, feel free to touch the mat. Exhale, round the back, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend, so you can always drop back down. 2 more times. Your choice on how you move your body. Extend through that crown of the head, round the back. And then bring that right foot down. Left leg extends back. We're making sure we have a nice solid footing on the right side. The knee is bent. Take an inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, round the back. Inhale, lift and extend. So you're going to move with your breath here. We're doing about 8 on each side. So again, we can be on the forearms. We can be on the wrists. We can be on blocks. We can be on the wall, whatever works best for you. When you think about it, as you exhale, you're bringing that knee in so you get a nice concave position, and it inhales, we extend. 2 more. And then bring that left foot down. Right foot will step forward. I'm going to add the blocks up to my chair so I can demonstrate with them. And we're taking a step back, a giant step back with that left foot. We're going into a high lunge position. So the right knee is touching the edge of the chair, the heel directly under the knee, the foot is flat, and the toes are forward. The back foot is up on the ball like you're wearing high heels here. And we want our hips square. So if you notice you're open to the left, bring the right hip back and the left hip forward. If you're unstable, you can move your foot out to the left a little bit more distance between the feet will make it a little easier. Again, you can always add a block. So we're going to start here. Hands can stay on the chair. Hands can come to the hip. Lengthen the leg. Hands can reach up overhead. Listen to your body. Hug the front of the body and don't let your chest flare. Breathe. High lunge position or Anjaneyasana. Take an inhale. As you exhale, rotate that back heel down toward that 45-degree angle. And arms extend forward. This is Warrior 2. Now try to have your shoulders over your wrists, so don't lean too far forward. Really reach for the back wall. Shoulders draw down. We still have equal weight in that front foot. The toe and knee are forward. The back foot is at a 45-degree angle. You can always use the block here if you want. You can always keep a hand on the hip. Or if you're by a wall, you can use the wall. Shoulders down. Wiggle your toes. So we're not death gripping the mat here. Firm your thighs, breathe. Flip your front palm, reach forward, and reverse the warrior. The gaze follows the right fingertips. The left hand can slide the back of the leg or wrap your back. It's your choice. Relax your right shoulder and look up. If you want to go a little deeper, you'll take a little back bend. Draw the belly in. Firm your thighs. Breathe. Slowly come back to Warrior 2. Palms are facing the floor. Settle here for a breath. Now bend your right elbow and hinge forward. If you want to, you can bring your forearm to the thigh. You can bring your forearm to the chair. You can just place your hand on the block. The left arm reaches up and over. Ground the left heel. You want to feel this stretch up the side of that left body. Draw your left shoulder down and roll it back a little so you can look up. We're not dumping into that right shoulder, so if you feel like you're falling down, I want you to lift yourself up. Breathe. Again, you can be up high. You can be on a block. Whatever works for you. Find that space. Breathe. Let's go back to warrior two. Bring our hands to the chair and switch our legs, whatever makes sense to you. I'm gonna step back with the right foot and step forward with the left. So we're starting in our high lunge position. The left foot is flat, heel directly under the knee, 90-degree angle on the knee. High on the back toes, you wanna lift that heel. You might need to move the foot wider if it's hard on balance. And you're gonna take your time here and bring the left hip back a little so you're square to the front. You can use a block. You can keep your hands at your hips. You can reach your arms up. Hug the front of the body in. Extend through the back leg. Breathe. On an exhale, the back heel's gonna drop. Again, you can place your hand on the chair for support, and we're finding that warrior two. So this time the left hand could be on the block, on the hip. Use whatever support, the wall, whatever you need here. Shoulders over the hips, so you're reaching equally in both directions. Palms are down. Imagine you're pressing your knees away from each other, so the feet are grounded. You can wiggle your toes. Breathe. Flip your front palm, reach forward, and reverse the warrior. So left hand is up, the right hand can either slide or wrap, your choice. Knee is bent, you can take a back bend if you did so on the other side. If you're losing your balance, you can always keep your hand on the block or the wall. Breathe. This is our reversed warrior. Return back to that warrior two. Settle here for a breath. Bend the front elbow. We're moving into our side angle. So that forearm can come to the thigh. The hand can come to the thigh. It can come to the chair. It can come to the block, whatever works for you. And that right arm extends along. So the gaze is trying to go up here. Try to draw the right shoulder back, roll it back so you can look up. One straight line, really ground the right heel. Don't dump into that left shoulder. Lift here and breathe. Slowly return back to warrior two, lifting the chest, firming the thighs. Circle your hands to the chair. Step to half lift position. Slightly away from the chair, feet can be together or apart. I want you to take an inhale and exhale, fold. Bend into the knees, just like we did at the beginning. We're sort of gonna wring out our body. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Ground the feet, inhale, rise. Arms sweep up. Little back bend if you're feeling good. Exhale, fold. Hands to the chair, or you can let them come the whole way to the floor. Inhale, half lift. All right, heading into our twists. Warrior, our balancing half moon. All right, feet, hips width distance apart. Come down to the forearms. With or without blocks, your choice. So, don't dump. Lift. Crown of the head forward. Try not to tuck the chin in or look up too much. Nice neutral position on that neck. The right foot is going to extend out behind you. Get your weight on that left leg. You have a bend in the knee. You're not locking it out. Right hand comes to the chair. We start to take our gaze over the right shoulder. From here, it depends on you. You can keep your toes down. You can keep your hand down. Maybe you can lift your leg. Maybe you can stack your hips and open here to the right. Maybe the hand stays on the chair. Maybe it comes to the hip or reaches. Your choice here. We're not dumping into the left side. Belly is in, foot is flexed. Breathe. Slowly come back to center. If you want a challenge, keep that back leg lifted. Otherwise, the toes come to the mat. And rotate your right hip down so it's level. Not dumping into the right shoulder here. Left hand comes to the chair. Our gaze goes over the left shoulder. Maybe the hand reaches. Lift. Breathe. Back leg can be up or down, your choice. Slowly come back to center. And bring that right foot in. Get yourself situated. You're on your forearms. Extending that left leg back behind us. Bend in the right knee. The foot is flat. You have your balance here. Crown of the head forward. Keep it in that neutral position. Left hand comes to the chair. We start to take our gaze over the left shoulder. From here, it's up to you. Try to mirror your sides. Maybe you stacked your shoulders and hips. Maybe you flexed the foot. Maybe the hand came to the hip. Maybe it reached for the ceiling. Do not dump into that right shoulder. Breathe. Lift, lengthen, and extend. Slowly come back to center. Challenge yourself if you want to. The leg stays lifted. You rotate the left hip down. Keep it square to the floor. Right hand comes to the chair, and we start to take the gaze over the right shoulder. You can stay here. You can bring the hand to the hip. You can reach. Revolving half moon. Breathe. Slowly coming back to center. And bring the leg in. Big toes touch or are parallel, your choice. Bend your knees and inhale, sweep your arms up. Little back bend if you have it. Exhale, forward fold. You can use the chair or not. Inhale, half lift. Hands to the chair. Exhale, fold. Ground the feet. Inhale, rise. And exhale the hands to the chair here. Moving into our triangle pose. I'm going to bring my blocks up so I can show some options. Right foot steps forward, but it's straight, so not a 90-degree angle in the knee. The foot is flat, is extended under the chair. Left foot steps back at a 45-degree angle on that foot. So you're going to adjust yourself here. Okay, of course, you can always use the wall. Two solid straight legs not locked. Bring your right hip back and your left hip forward. So if this is too much, like our hips are not designed to stand in a straight line. So this is too much. You're going to take that leg out to the left a little and create a little bit more space for your hips, all right? Two solid legs. You can have your hands on the chair. You can have your hands on the block. You can have your hands overhead. You can reach out over the edge of the chair. Your choice here. So I want you to find the position that works for you. I like reaching out, not everybody does, so find what you like. Bring the right hip back. Wiggle your toes. Draw the belly in. Solid legs here. Lift the kneecaps. Breathe. Take a little twist today. Bring the hands to the chair or the block. Left hand stays down. Right arm reaches. We're really challenging that balance today. We're lifting up here. We're reaching for the ceiling. Gaze up. Breathe. Bring the right hand down. Left arm reaches. Gaze up. Left hand down, and we switch our legs. However that works for you. I'm going to bring my right foot back, turn it on an angle, and step forward on the left side. But you move the way it works for you. That left foot is flat, toes are forward, leg is straight, the back foot is on that 45-degree angle. Maybe you pop it out to the side to make room for those hips. You take your time to set it up. You listen to what your body's telling you. You want to bring your left hip back, right hip forward. Hands can be on the chair, the blocks, the hips, overhead, or extended out long. But try to mirror your sides if you can. I'm going long. Draw your shoulders back. Firm your thighs, lift your kneecaps. Extend through the spine and breathe. Hands come to the base of the chair, lift the chest a little. We're taking our twist. Right hand stays down, left arm reaches, gaze is up. So don't dump into that right shoulder. Lift here. Breathe. Left hand comes down. Right arm reaches up, gaze up, lift. Slowly come back to center. All right, bring the feet back. We're moving into our planks. And then we're taking out the rest of the class. We're doing great today. Make sure you're breathing. I'm going to be on my forearms. You can really stay up on your wrists if you like. You can add blocks or no blocks. Start by moving your feet back and lifting your heels and bending your knees. Crown of the head is forward. Don't dump into the shoulders. Extend through the spine, belly in. You can stay here. You can go out into that full plank. It's your choice. Core is in. Breathe. Begin to walk the feet in just a little bit. We're doing our side plank. We'll start with the knees bent. We'll take it nice and easy and turn our knees to the right, coming up onto that left forearm. Right hand can stay on the chair. Right arm can reach maybe or come to the hips. Your legs can stay here, or you can extend full out for plank. Your choice, just don't dump into that left shoulder. Breathe. Try not to let the hips drop. Lift from the underside. Bringing the knees back in. We'll come back to center. Set it up. Right forearm is down. Start to turn the knees to the left. Now, if you can, you want to mirror your sides, but if they're different, you do want to respect that. You can stay here with the knees bent. You can extend the legs long. You can bring the hands to the hip. You can reach for the ceiling. Crown of the head is forward, belly's in. Breathe. Slowly come back to center. Bring your knees in. Take an inhale, step back just a little bit. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Hands to the chair or no, it's your choice. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. A little bitty back bend. Exhale the hands to the sides. Coming up close to the chair here, you have some options. If your foot comes to the chair easily, please feel free to do that. If that's too high for you, you could use a step at home. You could use 1 or 2 blocks here for the next several exercises. So please make sure you're choosing what's right for you. If your foot is on the chair, we want to move our hips forward. So in which case, I'm going to grab the back of my chair and pop that leg back just a little bit so I can lift the heel. So if you're at home on the step, you may need to step back further and then lean into it just to make sure you're safe, or use the wall for support. 90-degree angle in the front knee, press your hips forward and away. You can bring your hands to the thigh. You can bring your hands overhead. Try and challenge your balance. Maybe one hand. Your choice. You should feel this in that left hip flexor. Breathe. Start to shift your hips back. Keep the leg up where it is. Flex the foot. Hips stay square as you bend that left knee and press the hips back. Again, you can use the wall or the chair for stability, or blocks. Your front leg is straight but not locked. You're pulling your toes back and you're lifting your chest. You can be up on the hips. Feeling this up the back of that leg. Breathe. And start to release it, but stay here. The foot is flat. Bring that back foot in just a little bit so you can stand up nice and straight. 90-degree angle here. Left hand comes to the outside of the right leg. The right hand can come to the hip, wrap the back, or reach for the back wall, your choice. Try to look over your shoulder. Hollow out your belly. Press into the outside of that thigh as you gaze a little further over the shoulder. Breathe. And slowly release. We are switching sides. The right foot comes down. The left foot comes up. So we're starting with that lunge. You want to be able to feel it in the right hip flexor. So 90-degree angle in the front knee here. And again, I'm going to pop my foot back just a little bit. So if you're at home, you might need to step back to do this. So the back heel is slightly lifted, and you press your hips forward and away. Hands can stay here, on the thigh, overhead, wherever you like. Press your hips forward and away. Hug your ribs in, soften your shoulders. Breathe. Start to shift your hips back. Use whatever you need to keep your stability. Bend the back knee. Hips stay square to the chair. The leg is straight, not locked. Toes are up. Lean forward. You can use the chair, blocks, wall. Lift the chest. Breathe. Feeling this up the back of that left leg. Start to release. That foot goes flat on the chair, and I'm going to bring that back leg in. So I'm going to hop in just a moment so I can stand up nice and tall. Right hand to the outside of the left leg. Then mirror your sides. Either the left hand to the hip, reach, or wrap. Your choice. Draw your shoulders down. Hollow out your belly. Press into the outside of that leg. You're looking for the meaty part of the leg, not the knee. Gaze over the shoulder, breathe. Challenge your balance. And slowly release. Moving into our tree pose. Turn your right to the right, so the right leg is by the chair. You can use the outside of the chair for support or place your blocks here or at home the wall. We'll bring our big toes to touch unless that makes you feel uneasy. Start with a little inhale, arms sweep up. Press your hands and float them to the heart space. Now you have a choice here. We're doing the left leg. We're challenging ourselves today. Left leg. Bend the left knee and bring the left heel to your ankle so the left toes are still on the mat. If you have this, you can lift the foot and place it on your calf muscle. If you have this, we can start to extend our arms. You can do one and leave one down. You can reach both. Your choice. Find your balance. Someday, maybe you can take your gaze up. Breathe. This is a gratitude pose. What are you grateful for today? Take an inhale. As you exhale, the hands come back to the heart space. And we release the left foot down. Turning to the other side. Your left leg is by the chair. You can reach the back or the wall, so just in case you need it. You're standing up tall. Inhale, the arms sweep up. Exhale, they float to the heart space. Then you lift the right ankle and bring that heel to the left ankle. So the right toes are on the mat. You stay here or put the foot on the calf muscle. As you move through your yoga practice, never put the foot on the outside of the knee. It's above or below the knee. You can stay here. Maybe you're ready to reach one arm, maybe both, maybe the gaze. If you need a little extra gratitude, seek it. If you have some to share, please do so. Take an inhale. As you exhale, bring the hands back to the heart space. And then release the foot down. We'll be moving to the mat here. If getting up and down from the floor is uneasy for you, then have a seat on the chair. For those of us in the room, we'll move the chair out of the way and we'll gently lower ourselves to the mat. On the mat, bend your knees so the feet are flat. Roll your shoulders underneath you to lift your heart. Place your arms in cactus arms. Now open up your feet the width of the mat. So the right foot is on the right edge of the mat, the left foot is on the left edge of the mat. And we'll simply windshield wiper our knees to the right and to the left, nice and easy, just a couple of times. When your knees get to the right, let them fall to the right as you look to the left and breathe. Bringing the knees back to center, chin to center. We'll take the knees side to side a few more times. The next time your knees are to the left, let your knees fall to the left as you look to the right and breathe. Bring your chin back to center, knees back to center, and take the knees side to side just a few more times. Bring your arms by your side, palms are down, and extend your heels to the ceiling. So they're directly over your hips. Flex the feet, settle here for a couple of breaths. Take an inhale. As you exhale, slowly lower the heels to the floor. Take your time. When your heels hit the floor, I want you to open up your feet the width of your mat, maybe even wider. Roll your shoulders down your back to lift the heart. Turn your palms to the ceiling. Close your eyes. Take the tongue off the roof of your mouth and simply scan your body for a moment. Any areas of tension, try to move now so you can let it go. We are moving into the most important pose in yoga. It's Shavasana. It translates as corpse pose. Everything we did was to get us to a space where maybe we could be quiet and peaceful for just a moment. So try to ignore any noises overhead, around you, or in your own head. Try not to think or fidget. Try to simply lay absolutely still. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. Shavasana. As always, if you would like to remain here longer, please do so. There's no need to move. If you are ready to move, we begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. Maybe you roll to your right side. Stay here if you're dizzy, or if you just like to linger longer. There's no rush here. If you are ready to come up, you'll gently bring yourself to a seated position. Your choice, you can end the class on your back. If you are seated, you're sitting comfortably. Wherever you're at, take an inhale. Exhale back down. One more time, inhale. Maybe the hands come to the heart space as you exhale. And it truly is my honor and privilege to guide your practice. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste.